living a dignified life, right? It will help us understand and say that. Then we talked about also honorable business. It's not just profit-making business. Any endeavor we get involved in our lives, is it honorable, is it not honorable? So let's start with this group. What are some of the things that came out of the discussion? Just one point. Yes.
One of the things that we were talking about really just stood out for us was the when you talk about does your business benefit just you or both parties? And now oftentimes when you start becoming successful, it becomes about how much money your business can make, how much better can you do for yourself. But like we spoke about the example of if you open a coffee shop in Jeffrey Bay, like and you focus on trying to build it, what you're doing is you're building wealth for yourself, but you're taking business away from the other coffee shops in Jeffrey Bay. So what can you do different about your coffee shop that can benefit both yours and other places as well, not just focus on building your own wealth, so that everybody in the community or the business knowledge have to benefit from it.
I like that. I have a lot of questions there, but I like that because when you're in business, you're competitive, right? You need to make your business survive from the foreseeable future. So I'm thinking maybe the question should go on how can I make money enough so that I can also make my employees live a similar lifestyle, stuff like that. But then with the other business, it's a shark world, right? The small businesses are eating with the big ones. And I think Jesus likes that too. I don't know. All right, let's have this group. What do you guys?
Okay, here, um, I think we didn't finish, but one of the things that was a question mark, it felt like it's immoral for a person to be a billionaire. Because obviously, to raise that money, you had so many people working. And it felt like then there must be something wrong that only you are amassing a lot of money and yet your processes go through so many people, they have nothing. Uh, People are still in a shock, but the business they're working to. There was an example of how gentleman worked for Building when it was starting somewhere in the industrial area. Now Building is very big, but you still remain with nothing. So something is not. So the idea of just prosperity, but without bringing the prosperity is happening, but it doesn't bring human dignity.
Real change.
Yeah, real change to the community or the person, the people that work for that. So something like there's a question mark on the morality. So
that is a very big. It's like you're throwing this piece of grain, thing of chicken, because one, we are ignoring the fact that maybe the person that was getting their salary was not investing it right. Whoever was when Build was started, maybe whatever they were getting was not investing right. That's number one. Number two, we are actually insinuating that this Build guy corrupted the whole system to be where they are. So there's a lot of small things, and most of them, from what was said in the video, is people are different. In dignity, others are more, I mean, not dignity, others are more hardworking than others. So there's all those differences, and I think those differences, they bring us to different ends, different. Meaning, those that are more diligent in their way who amass more money. Those that are not diligent as much who amass less money. It's almost like same people can start at the same time, both physically fit, both healthy, the same amount of money. One can become a billionaire with a $1 million after 20 years. The other one will be in a shark after 20 years with the same $1 million. So there's a lot of nuances that needs to be worked on to get to the place where we come to a conclusion to say, yes, it's immoral to be a billionaire or not. But I think there's an illusion that having a lot of money means you've stolen something. But then what people also don't know is that societies are run by people that run businesses. Without businesses, there's no tithe in church. Without businesses, there's no salary. Without businesses, there's no taking kids to school. Without business, there's literally nothing. Almost everybody that works for a business. All right, let's go to. Oh, okay. Let's start from this group.
You said it already.
Okay, so maybe you repeat what you said. It's very important.
Okay, thank you. As you were talking about this thing of the government to give us free things, it kills us. Why I'm saying that? When you get something for free, you relax, and your dreams and visions that you have are no longer existing in your life because you don't see the need to go to work and and you go to work and get money to buy that and that and that to provide your family. When there's someone who gives something for free. But when you see the other side of what God said that we work, because God wants us to work for everything. So when you don't, when you work for yourself or you work for your family, it helps you to succeed in life and to prosper in life by working. But when you are not working, there is no dreams, there is no future. As the word of God says that God wants us to prosper and have hope. The more we get things for free, there will be no hope. The more we get things for free, there will be no success in our lives. We will remain slavery. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow. So I think it's also far what you said. But also say something like some of our friends in the community, they say, well, for me, the government gives you for free. You are a slave for working for yourself. Yeah, wow, that's the opposite. It's true. All right, so I'll go to that group there. Yes.
Right. Um, um, from our group, there's something big that I got from the man was talking with. He said people are earning more, but they quite unhappy. So it takes me of um, how we want to be like those people who have a lot of things, but we really don't know about how difficult it is into those people. They have a lot of things, but we wish to be like them, but we don't know. So I can say it's worldly view because in the book of Colossians, God says we must focus on things above, but on earth there are a lot of things that we see. Like people have a lot of things. They are rich. They have things, but they want more. So that's what I got from the mandate.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think without money does not mean fulfillment, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think fulfillment, we only get fulfilled if money becomes a result of what fulfills us.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go to you guys.
So what stood out for us in the group is the fact that how we made the unbelievable what he says that word is worship. So whatever is
How about that?
it, so it is amazing. It doesn't matter where you need to be, where you need to be at, but just you as a representation of God, wherever God has placed you in, you can be a healer, you can be anything, but as long as that the type of work or the type or how she handles the room, this woman is different, which draws attention. So which means that there's something about her that is unique than something else. So it is that. And also what stood out is the fact that it is important for a person for us to rest as God has rested on Sunday. Because the thing is, we can chase in so much money, work, and then we neglect the important things, which is worshiping God, which is also taking care of our families. It's also in the same line, it's worshiping God, because we have families, so we can't be chasing money, and then we need to rest also.
Beautiful. I like that word. And we find that lot of the world. Like, before, the office has it, the home has it, and like, how about that?
on the questions.
Okay.
And in our community here, we feel like people see work as a necessary evil because there are many people that don't go to work on Monday and on Friday. They either, most places they struggle with these 2 days. So we see that they only go to it because they need money to eat, but they don't see it as an integral part. Obviously they don't see it as a worship element. And then also that that work is not a source of despair. It's actually the one that gives despair because it gives meaning and dignity and fulfillment. So work is good, and it must not be separated. That now this is work, now this is church. That it's one thing. I think that scripture that work as though working for God. So that separation between the work-life balance, we should just stress when we need to rest that it's made.
I like that. I like the work-life balance question, though I think in my mind I still have a lot of questions now because does it mean that when you're with your family you're still working?
I would say for me, I will work there at NXP. I come home, I work with my kids. I connect with them, I try to play with them, I try to catch up. It feels like work still for me.
So do you define it as work? Or you define that I'm doing life?
Yeah, I think for me, it doesn't, especially if I look at the work that I do with the kids out and then my home, it's a continuous, it's the same in a way. So it's work. And then I come, sometimes I cook, and sometimes I clean. So it's still work, chores. So I don't really.
Chris?
All right. So if you guys enjoyed talking about that book, if reading something and discussing it in a small group is intriguing to you, Acton Institute has an idea for starting a book club out of this particular watch party. And so if that's something that's interesting to you, if you know the text that they're going to be doing, or is that still to be determined and stuff? Yeah. Okay. But if just the concept, if you want to continue a discussion in a more formal way and be part of our book club through Acton Institute, I've got the sign-up sheet that you guys filled out downstairs. I'm going to put it right over there. If you would just make a notation, put book club by your name or VC or yes please or whatever by your name and email, we'll reach out to you and contact you about that book club. We're going to take a small break. We do have some snacks here that have been generously provided to us by InFood Bakery. And so if you're familiar with them, you know how great their food is. If you're not, you should go there as soon as you finish. As soon as we finish today, I say thank you. But we're going to take about a 10 to 15 minute break. So feel free to use the facilities, grab some coffee, some tea. We have plates there, and then some snacks for you guys to enjoy. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Awesome. Shared and took away.
All right.
You need a battle for it, or
So we've been focusing primarily on the questions. So the questions on the values. So we were able to think that the values of the GX values are agreeable, and we say the integrity and trust is crucial because it speaks about reliability, and nobody wants to invest on anything that is not reliable. Even in this chair, we can sit in it because we know we want to go. So it's reliable. So the issue of trust and integrity is so crucial, and why it's one of the first. And then the intellectual horsepower is said it means being a self-learner, being able to grow yourself. This is a group of pastors. We cannot be pastors who depend on our Bible school 20 years ago. We still need to be growing and learning, developing ourselves, interacting with new materials constantly. So we went as far as that, and besides that, we just discussed around those two.
Yeah. I will say, coming from a pastoral background, the ideas of integrity, honesty, trustworthiness are very, very important in that line, in that calling. But do not make a mistake. It's not like it's not as important. It's just that pastors, in my experience, have been more under a microscope, right? But as we all venture out into the business world as entrepreneurs, it is important that, bar none, regardless of what kind of business we get into, that's going to be important. That's good. All right, in the back.
For us, we totally agree with God and us. We want actually us to be the leading element right now. Afterwards, integrity. I don't know how that would work, but yeah. But then, even though you are not skillful in a certain way, but then through the trust that I have in you, I can definitely give you that space or that moment for you to do what you integral horsepower yourself by the help of the boss himself in the business. Which all of us who are sitting here, we also are people who believe and we like believe in the integral horsepower of self-learn. We always seek to what is next, how to do life better, as it is right now, but also consider everyone else and not just move with knowledge which is not honoring to God.
And that awareness of people outside of ourselves
Yes.
has been a theme that I've heard through every single session.
Yeah.
That as we venture into the marketplace, it's important that we focus not just on what we're doing, but how it affects the greater good. And we'll get into more of that in our last session. But in the back, what did you guys find?
We quickly spoke about integrity. We looked up the definition. I think I'm just quickly going to read it. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles that you refuse to change. So I think everybody is focusing on honesty and trust, but where integrity comes in is your unwillingness to change or to break it. And that is where many of our leaders, political, pastors, spiritual, have fallen because they were willing to give up that honesty and trust. And that we felt that for R1,000,000, you should not be willing to cheat on your wife or take money from the church or anything like that, because that's a value that you are not willing to give up. When it comes to intellectual horsepower, we felt that you should know the product that you're working with. You should be a self-learner, and you should be a lifelong learner. That if new things come, you're willing to learn. And that is as far as we went with our discussions.
Yeah, so one thing that we discussed was the numerous amounts of times, like the words integrity, honesty, have come up when they speak about, what are your company's virtues or your business's virtues, and it's like you have to be able to get those things right in yourself first before you can lead a company to the same goal or the same values, because some of the biggest companies in the world that doing the most people or can do the most horrendous things have those words on their motto, like honesty and words like that. And it's actually interesting because it's like God is the original businessman. The first business transaction was him asking for 10% from Cain and Abel. So you have to be able to get those principles right first with him before you can lead your business to be the same. And I think that also shows very much in the Be Real model, because it's almost like you have to healthily criticize your business idea, your vision, and saying, is it achievable? What are the odds against me? What is the probability of this being a long-term goal or vision or business model? What is it providing? And it's almost like God saying, great, I love the idea, now let's make it happen. What do we need to do this?
I love how you guys talked about the values of the leader are inextricably linked to the values of the business that you lead. You can't expect your business to do well and show off integrity and present honesty if you yourself are not living out those values. Right? So it's so important that we set ourselves up in that first before we intend to lead anything else. Fantastic. All right, so we have come on our last session for the day. Everybody take a good deep breath. All right. This last session is going to be looking at really something that I know all of us are very passionate about, and that is how do we create businesses that are going to, like we talked about, affect the greater good. When we look out of these windows, I've appreciated being in the top story of this building today because we've been able to look out over the town that we all live in and love. And the last session we're going to be looking at is going to be how do we create businesses that are going to love this town as much as we do, right? So pay attention. This is our last session, and then we'll have our final break.
That was a short session. I think for us, the main thing was like the last example was catch on. Just do one thing, get it done, because you think of it.
The idea of expectations really came in for me when they were talking at the end. Having correct expectations, doing one thing, focusing on that one thing, and then making sure that's taken care of before you move on to something else. Yeah, definitely. Over here.
Can I speak for my group? So, like.
Turn the camera around on yourself.
No.
Okay.
So for me, it was such a beautiful moment to have like some of the thoughts that I have had since 2019, have them like someone articulate them so well and like resonate with it. Because I think that the face of ministry change, especially with the rise of the prosperity gospel, where like there was distrust between the community and like entities like ours who does NPO work and support that was coming in through. So we had to like think of innovative ideas on how to support ourselves in that context of ministry and still while work with the community because of that distrust that this big boom of the prosperity gospel brought, especially in the African church in that context. So when she said that the monasteries were like, they had to come up with a product that, yes, that's like, they made themselves indispensable to the community, that the community were forced to interact with them because they had something they needed, which is what we also need to do now, that we do so for our sustainability and continuity, and actually to maintain the goodwill within the community, where I think the scripture that comes to mind when Paul says, when we lived amongst you, we did not benefit in any way, but we worked alongside you, and like, that type of stuff, so that they won't accuse us of like, we're trying to get things from them, but we're like, hey, raise the accusation. We are working alongside you, we're actually producing stuff, and we're actually creating employment for the community to be part, and even developing it better than any other entity that is around us in that way. So that was really powerful.
Yeah, I love when they were talking about how the businesses weren't successful because they gave something great, but because they listened to the community that they were in and realized the needs that were there.
Yeah.
That's a great way to build trust with the people that you're trying to market to, as well as for yourself gaining successful business. So yeah, great talk. Thank you. All right, gentlemen up front.
Okay,
I know it's
thank you very much. Yeah. So when we're looking at point one, what you think about the cyber business, supporting the business, discuss. So we looked at the small business versus the bigger market, the bigger businesses, is that the big market is making a great impact than the smaller businesses, the big businesses, because what happened, they are able to even sponsor the small businesses. So in a sense that the small businesses are around the community and they are able to assist with when those shops are closed, then they are still open and they can be able to accommodate the communities. But we go for the big ones because the big businesses, they are also supporting those small businesses that are there. So we quite get something that is great.
Yeah, yeah. So that symbiotic relationship between big businesses and small businesses, even here in Jeffries, you're seeing value too.
Yeah.
Love that. Very cool. Great, thank you. All right, to close us out, if there's anybody here who would like to share one good takeaway out of all the content that we had, what do we do with it? Right? I mean, it's all well and good if we say, this is a great idea, it's a great idea, it's a great idea. But when we walk out of these doors, if what we are doing isn't different because of the time that we spent here, you just wasted a really great afternoon. It was gorgeous outside. And that's a shame. So what is one thing that you are going to do differently because of the time you spent in this room this afternoon? Who wants to share? Yeah.
For me, what I've learned is that what I take away is that I'm basically a person that never likes to fail. I don't like to fail. I always want things to be done in a specific way, in a specific thing. I have a strategic plan in my head, and I'm not looking for failure. So what I've taken away is that it's okay for a business to fail. And even if it fails, it's okay. So I've learned that it's okay if because I've started a business, but it feels like it's failing because it's not going anywhere. I was even, so this came at the point where I'm even thinking about even leaving this thing of business and just focus on my career. But now I've learned that it's okay to fail. Failure is good. So I'm taking that.
I love that. Do you mind sharing with us what that business is?
My business is making of earrings.
Seriously? Love those.
Yeah, so I do crafts. I'm a very talented person by hand.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that I do. I do earrings, I do traditional necklaces, I also do traditional attires, and I also am creative, also do decor, and I also do hair. I'm a hairstylist. So
Jackie of all trades. I love it.
so there's just too much. So sometimes, and I also take it that you must focus on one business. So I'm trying to see which one.
She's learning as she's talking, folks. I love it. I love it.
So which one should I take? Which one should I do? Which one should I take?
That's awesome. It's good stuff. All right, yes, sir.
Oh, say today I learned like in the church we don't stay long like that. We stay too much long here since we enter here. But it teach me something. We have a business is for a grade school, whatever we can call. But I learned if you want to go to other level, you need to sit down and learn because there were many things that we are learning and we are patient. It's not something that 1, 2, 3, okay, go, you learn. No, we sit down, there's a time to rest, and that means that business is not something that you will grow now. You need to be patient, little by little. Sometimes it's falling. You need to stand up, tell yourself, it's going to grow. This is how I learned the way we're sitting here. I learned something that we need to be patient.
Yeah.
As long each and everyone, we want to do something, change it somewhere.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Amen.
sir.
We don't do well with growth, like slow, do we? We want instantaneous satisfaction. Yes, please, preach it. Yeah, sir.
Me, I want to start firstly by thanking the Lord for making this happen. And in one way or another, it was like it was for me because the first schedule of starting at 10, I shouldn't have made it. So the postponement, exactly, I know it was for me to attend. So it was mostly about learning because really, I'm not the one who I should be before I come here. I've gained a lot, and I thank God for that. My intention, I'm a mechanic, so my plan of opening my own garage, it will be based on the teaching which I get here. Then they are very helpful. So I thank God for that.
Thank you very much. All right, last one here.
I will just give a focus. In my experience, I do a lot of things. I have a lot of movements, women movement, youth movement, and also another movement was born on January. We succeed by force, so we do things by force. So and also I'm an artist and a pastor. I'm invited everywhere. So what I learned in my experience and also when I was watching is that okay, and you need to focus everything at its own time. So you need to sit down and arrange your things. You can't do a lot of things at the same time because I do a lot of things at the same time. But the thing that is helping me is that to also to say no in other things. You have to say no sometimes. Like if you like let me make an example of myself. This is March. I have a lot of invites that I already have 5 in my head. I reject the others. Why? Because I don't want to fail in each and every one that any invites that I have. You see, even in a business, if you do business, just sit down and tell yourself that I'm gonna do that and that this month, and others gonna wait for another time. So what I learned here is that you need to focus and finish one at a time, one by one. Then by doing that, you will succeed.
Amen. We live in a culture that praises busyness, right? And so if we're busy, that means we're successful. But that's not always the truth because we can be busy doing a lot of different things, but if we don't focus on the one thing that we're supposed to do, it just kind of falls apart. So great takeaway. Awesome. Well, we appreciate you guys so much for being a part of the day. Let us give a quick and fantastic thank you to the Green Room for all of their hospitality and creating the space for us. We are very thankful to you. Thank you so much for your help. A quick reminder, if you do want to be part of the book club, the sign-up sheet is still back there. If you haven't signed in, please make sure you do that. There was a session that we didn't get to today. If you would like to watch that or rewatch any of the content that we saw today, you can do Acton University or Acton Online. We're going to email you information to the address that you put on the sign-in sheet. So we'll get you the login information, etc. Very easy to watch all this content again, so you don't have to, you can remember it and have your memory sparked if you've forgotten. All right, do you want to do a quick picture? Yes?
Yes.